Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Laura Stranks, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me today. These are the cards I'm doing today, or one of these. They're both the same design, just different papers. Just quick mention first, my Facebook page, Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. You're welcome to join that. All the PDFs for these cards and others that I've done on my videos are in there in the files section of the group. I will post the link to the video in there after the tutorial has gone. Also, I have a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. I put my workshop cards and class cards up in there for you to have a look at. You're welcome to case any of those cards in there. And if you're watching, you've probably subscribed to my channel. If it's your first time watching, love you to subscribe. The channel is called Creative Gems. If you hit the little subscribe button, and then there's also a little bell there. If you hit that, you'll be notified every time my video goes up for watching. With my Facebook group, Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials, I did post the link to that in another group that I'm in, and from there I went from about 200 members in my group to 1.3 I'm up to at the moment, 1.3 thousand. So it's quite overwhelming, the number of people that have joined in the last couple of weeks. I'm very excited about that, and thank you if you're joined my group. My YouTube channel also has got a lot more subscribers, so I'm really happy with that. That was my aim, to get my work out there to everyone that's interested. So we'll get started. This is the card we're doing today. It's called, and I did have it on top, a winged pop-up card, and I'll show you the inside. This is the first one I did, which I left off this embossed piece here. But it sits like that. I did put this card up on the Demonstrator Planning Place and a couple of other groups, I think, and a lot of people were asking, and I said I would do a video for it. It's quite simple to do. This one, it's scaled down from a 7x5 card that I watched on YouTube. Most of my cards I case from other demonstrators, and I adjust them to suit my the way I like them. I don't often do 7x5 cards. I like them at standard size. So we've scaled. I must give mention to my friend Annette, who did do the scaling down for this one for me. She's my little sidekick at the moment, finding nice new videos as well. So that's that one. This one here was the second one I did, and I did put this embossed strip on there as well. And that's how that one goes. The wings at the side here, it is just a standard A4 sheet of cardstock, the main base part, or it's half a sheet actually, and then these wing bits come off the side. They're attached separate, so not difficult to do. We'll just put that one aside for a minute. I'll put that one out of the road, because the one I'm doing today, it's in the Daisy, Cheerful Daisies stamp set and dies, and the paper. And I have put a mat down this side as well. So we'll leave that one over there. I've got all my pieces prepped as usual, and I'll show you how to cut the base. These are the measurements. You won't need to write them down. They will be in the description box in this video. My base, this is Moody Mauve. It's half an A4 sheet, A4 standard in Australia, that is. It's just, I think it's 1.49 centimetres, or 149 centimetres. I don't work in centimetres that often, but it's the little mark before the 15 on the centimetre bar. And on the long side, you're scoring at 10.5. So it's just a standard base like that. Then we have the wings, which are in the same colour, the Moody Mauve, and they measure 5 7/8 by 3 inches. There's 2 of those, and you're scoring on the short side at 1/2 inch. The 1/2 inch score, So you'll have the short side of the top, and you'll just score down 1/2 inch. They are to attach to the main part of this card. So you've got those two. And then we have all the mats and the DSP. I've listed all these together, and I did do a chart which will be included in the PDF. This is all your mats here. I'll move that over so we keep in line with this. These are all your mats. 4 of these, which are these ones here. We'll just get them out. So I've got 4. These are in bubble bath. There's 4 of these, 5 5/8 by 2 1/4. And that's the mats on those. And then the DSP, there's 3 of the patterned paper. That's the daisy paper. 5 3/8 by 2 inches. And then 1 of the white, which is your greeting panel at the back there. That measures the same, 5 3/8 by 2 inches. And there's 1 of those, and I've decorated that. And I've already assembled those 4. Just leave those over there. B are these little bits at the bottom, top and bottom. Just move that over a fraction so I'm still in camera. That's all these little top bits, top and bottom. There's 8 of those. The most difficult part of this is cutting all these tiny little bits. But it's pretty repetition, so it's not too bad. There's 8 of these in the bubble bath, and they measure 1 3/4 by 3/4, and then the DSP, which is on top. This DSP I got from the same pack of paper, but it's in the sheet that's got all the panels on, different size panels, and there is a little sheet. It's only probably a 1/2 cardstock size, and it's got the smaller flower of the same colour. I didn't want to put this on the inside bits because that flower, you would lose it on that smaller piece of DSP. So I cut this one, which is the same pattern but smaller. Normally I would, with these, it didn't really matter because it was a small pattern to start with, and the same with the other card, it was a smaller pattern. So we've got, I mentioned that, DSP 1 1/2 by 1/2 inch, and there's 8 of those. Then we have the embossed pieces, which I have here. This is C, which is these 2 and 2 there. There's 4 of those, and they measure 1 by 3/4 of an inch, and I've already embossed them as well. They are embossed with this brick 3D folder. Very nice folder. It reminds me of the Time Worn Type folder, but it's got a little brick pattern in as well. It's very nice detailed die, 3D die. Then we're down to these 2 centerpieces here, which have DSP on them, and I've used the little DSP as well, a little patterned one. The mat in bubble bath, 1 1/2 by 1 inch. There's 2 of those, and 1 1/4 by 3/4 is the DSP, and that's those 2 in the center. So much easier if you've got a chart in front of you to go by. These ones here are, we've done those, and no, we haven't. Oh, they're the bigger ones, these ones here. They're embossed, and I'm going to decorate those. I've already done all my decorations, so I'll show you those when we get to it. These measure 3 5/8 by 2 5/8, and there's 2 of those. That's in the center here. Oh, sorry, here, E, we're up to. F, 5 5/8, F. Oh, down the sides, which are down inside there, which these are the extra ones that bit's come off. That little gem is supposed to be, I'll move it over there when I get it up. I'll put that back on later. So it's these pieces here, and they are 5 5/8 by 1 3/8. There's 2 of those, and I've embossed those as well. You can leave them plain, but I like a little bit of embossing, gives you a little bit more texture on your card. You'll need scrap white and colour for your greetings and decorations. I've already done those. They'll be in there, and I'll show you what I've done with those when we get to them. The belly band is 10, and you do need the length again off a second piece of cardstock, the Moody Mauve, because it's 10 3/4 long, so you wouldn't have enough scrap off the other to get the length. 10 3/4 by 1 1/4, and then the mat in the bubble bath is 4 inches by 1 inch, and the DSP on the front is 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. So that's all the pieces you need. Move that aside, and we'll move this aside, and we shall do some cutting. Now, as you saw before, I've already scored this base, and you're going to score and cut this with it folded in half, as you would when you're decorating it. Now, I've got my trimmer. I've put this piece of white paper, it's just copy paper, down on the inside of this, because it allows me to see these numbers a bit more clearly than if it was clear. I'll show you my other trimmer. My other trimmer hasn't got it on, and it's I find it a little bit difficult to see the numbers when it's clear through there. But this one, it needs changing. It's getting a little bit tattered and torn in there, but it's easy enough to get off. I use eucalyptus oil to get the sticky stuff off and clean it. So, with the card folded in half, as I mentioned, and we'll go from my instructions here. You want the long side edge at the top with the folded section at the top here. So folded, and your open section is at the bottom, and the folded section up the top. The left edge on the 1 inch mark, and cut down from the top to the 2 inch mark. So your left edge over this side on 1 inch, and you're going to cut, I'm just reading my thing so I don't get it wrong, cut from the top down to the 2 inch mark. Now when you're cutting this, make sure you press quite firmly, because you're going through 2 thicknesses of cardstock. So I'll lift that arm up. I'll go down to, I'll do it the way I do it. It's up to you if you want to come from the top down. I prefer to start on the 2 inch mark, on the mark that you want to end up at. I prefer to start there and go up. I find it easier than trying to stop it at the mark you want. So that's to the 2 inch mark, and press firmly. Slide across to the 2 inch mark and cut from the top down to 1 1/4. So I've got that little pointer arrow there on 1 1/4, and I'm pushing up. Then we're going to flip and turn, flip and rotate. So you're going to flip up that way and rotate, so your folded edge is back at the top. And you're going to do the same again. Left edge on the 1 inch mark. Keep reading because I don't want to make a mistake. 1 inch mark, and we're going to go from the top down to the 2 inch, or as I do it, from the 2 inch up to the top. Double check my thing. Flip and rotate, left edge 1 inch, and cut from the top down to 2 inch. Up there. Move across to the 2 inch mark. Put your blade on 1 1/4. 1 1/4, which is there, and go up. So that's your cut lines. That's all the cut lines you need. As you can see, they're all cut evenly in the center. Just make sure you press hard. I did put a new blade in this morning because my other one was starting to get a little bit furry. So with your card still folded, and where am I up to? Rotate 90 degrees. So we were this way, you're going to rotate it 90 degrees with that folded edge on the left side again. And on the 1 1/4 inch mark. So 1 1/4 is there. and you're going to score between the first and second cut lines. So put your cutter out of the road and you're going to score, and I'm going to stand up again, try not to get my head in the road, from the first to the second cut line. So you can see the cut lines here on this side, I can see them. So I'm going to score from that cut line. Press quite hard, although you're going to fold these, so if it doesn't go right through to the second side, it won't matter, you'll fold it anyway. So that's 1 1/4 down between the two cut lines, and then go down to the next score line, keeping that on 1 1/4. Go down to these two cut lines and score between the two, like so. Give it a good press so it's scored. Move across to the 2-inch mark, and all this is explained in my PDF. Hopefully you can follow it. I haven't had a problem yet. And score from the top to the first cut line. So we're going from the top to the first cut line there. Give it a good press, lift it up, go down to the bottom cut line and go down with it on the 2-inch mark. And that's all your scoring. Now this, if you leave your card, we don't need the trimmer anymore for this. With it still folded, this is, I find, the easiest way, because you see it, you can't quite see the score lines at the back. But if you do this, and it doesn't matter which way you do them because you can bend them both ways, and all your score lines, if you fold it, and make sure they're nice and even along those, give them a good burnish and even up so your edges are nice and even. There's none in the center there. Pull this around so it's nice and squared up. Fold it forward and backward. And then this one down here. Square it up on the sides. And then your score lines are there, that you can see them at the back. So when you open it up, you'll have this, and we'll go from this one as to which way they fold. So I think I've written it on here. Open out, push the center score lines from the top to a mountain fold. These are the center score lines, so they'll all go mountain. As you can see there, the tops and the bottom ones. So if you pull that across, that's how it should end up. And the very center one there is a valley, and these are the mountains, and that's all you need to do. That's how it sits. And then we'll put the wings on after. Right, ready to decorate. Yeah, if you make those mountains, I'm just reading my instructions, make those mountains, these outside ones will automatically fall into valleys, and this center one here will be a valley as well. So that's how you should end up with it. All good. What's the next piece over here? We'll add the wings next. Now, just make sure we've got this right. Here we are here. We can add these on. Just give this a burnish down that 1/2 inch score line. And these will go, as you can see, on the back here. They sit against this. We'll flip it over because that's my front. Flip it over. This will go, I'll try to show you on this one. Lay it flat on there, face up, with the flat face up, and it will sit down that those two outside score lines. They will go down there, like so, on both sides. Just double check I've got that right. Oh, this goes inwards. It's a while since I've done this card. That way. Yes, that way. Yep. So these two outside score lines, it's going to level with that, if you can see on there. So that's where it's going to sit. So these two outside score lines there and there, that's where it's going to sit. And I'm going to put some tear and tape along this because I don't want it coming off. You could use multi-purpose glue if you're not happy with lining up and wanting a bit of wiggle room, which I find this is much more secure with the tear and tape. Went a little bit too far over with that. Let it push down. So it's facing outwards, the main part, and it's level with that outside score line. So just put it right, just not on the score line, but just to the left, because you want it still to be able to fold. And it goes right on there. So that's one wing. And the same on the other side. We shall go that way with some tear and tape along here. I hope I'm making sense here. I like to check as I go because I do these cards and then when you go to do them on a video you think, oh, am I doing it right? So I like to check before I start. I'd rather have it correct than... So just line that up with the bottom and just inside that score line on this inside and line it up there. And if you've cut the correct length, it will exactly go on that. So that's your wings and that's your whole base. Now it's just a matter of decorating and I don't need my instructions for that. We've got all the bits cut. We'll start with our mats and our little pieces. We can put these down on this inside. These will go down in here like so, and I'm going to use any of the embossed pieces. I might use my, what will I use? I think I'll use my snail. The glue tends to not stick as well. So I'll go with the snail on this piece. And that's going down on this smaller section here. If you go by your chart that I did, you'll see where the pieces go. That's one on that side. And the other one. There probably is a right way up and down for this embossing folder, but it's very, you can't notice it that much, so I do like it the right way facing up, but when it comes to the pattern on it, I don't think there's a right or wrong way. So that one will go in there. Then we've got these 4 larger panels, two decorated ones. I think the flowers, I'm not sure which way the flowers go. I'll keep using my snail because I like it. It does play up every now and then, but I do prefer it for the extra grip that it gives and less mess. Where am I? These ones, nearly did the wrong one. I knew it wouldn't fit there. That's the beauty of cutting all your pieces before you start. If you've got them exactly right, then they only go in one place. So the two front ones have got the flowers on, and one of the back ones, and the other back one is white for to do your writing. That one on there, that's the front ones. And then the two back ones. Doesn't matter which side you have your greeting. Mine's on the left on that one. I'll put it on the left on this one. Makes no difference. You don't see it when it's folded anyway. Trying to get a little bit of a move on. This video was always intended to be a little bit longer because it's quite a lot of pieces to do. So I'm trying to keep it short for you. I think last week's video was a quick one. I'll try and slip a short one in every now and then. Quite overwhelmed with the response I got to my Facebook group. I hope a lot of you have subscribed to my channel as well, so that you can see how to assemble. It's good to have a video to watch. I know I like videos to watch. If I'm creating a card, it's good to see how to put it together. I'll do these little pieces next. They go down the bottom here. There's 8 of these. For quickness, we shall use, and I don't know where I put my mat. I'll just hop up and have a quick look. Here it is. Just for the quickness, we'll do this. This will be much quicker to keep pulling at my seal. Don't know how many of you did the Creativity Now online event a little while ago. I had a friend come over, Annette, the lady that helped me with this. We did it together, and it was quite nice to sit and relax and just craft. I'm still yet to play with the stamp set again. I've been busy with lots of other things. I did have a little lesson with learning how to do macrame the other day. Loved it. A friend that comes to my workshops, she hasn't done it for a while, but she knew how to show us how to start us off. We've just done the basics. I did make a pot holder to put a pot in, and yes, I quite enjoyed it. I do candle pouring as well, which is, I've done that for quite a while. I enjoy that, and I love my garden. I do a lot of gardening when I get time, in amongst all my other things I do. I love to keep busy. I'm retired, so my time is my own. My husband plays a lot of golf, 5 days a week actually. He is home 2 days, and he does help with the house, and he looks after the lawn and stuff outside, so works well. And he's out of my hair when I'm crafting. He does walk in here when he gets home from golf and says hello, and I have to stop what I'm doing because while he's nattering away about his golf day and I'm concentrating, I'll wait till he's finished. I do regular classes here. If you live in Australia, now I still need one more, wherever it's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, they're the bigger ones. Oh, here it is. And I live in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. If you're close by and you want to learn how to create cards, I do workshops and classes regularly every month. I have a regular workshop that's straddled over 2 days. They do the same cards, but some ladies come one day and others come a different day. And then we have these ones go in here. I'll keep going with the glue, making sure I've got this the right way. And we do 4 cards at the workshops. They're all prepped and ready. All you have to do is stamp, and you die cut your pieces and stuff, and stamp. But all the bases and the main pieces are cut for you. The ladies love that. It's a Sunday and a Wednesday from 9:30 till about 1:30, depends on the length of the cards. Then I have a little 2-card class. The ladies are they're not beginners, but they enjoy just a quick cuppa and a quick couple of cards to do. That's also on a Wednesday, different Wednesday of the month. And then we have a fancy fold class, which I've just started up. We've done one already, and the girls I had 6. One lady said she will keep just doing the other classes instead. So I've got 5 ladies that want to come regular, so that's nice. And we teach them these fancy folds, different ones again to what I've done on my YouTube. So it's all in good. I'm having a retreat in October, which I'm looking forward to. We're doing fancy fold cards for that. We do 10 projects. If you're interested and you live close by and you're interested, just private message me. Laura Strengths is my name. And if you go through my Craft Room Tips and Tutorials group, you can PM me from there as well. This is looking quite nice. I've done all the decorations, so it won't take long to assemble them. The main part is the cutting and scoring, so I was making sure I showed you exactly how to do that. This one slots in here. There's no right or wrong way to assemble all this, just wherever they go in the spots. Blue is normally my favourite colour, but I've already done a blue card in this, so I thought I'd do a pink one this time. That's the right way. I do like pink as well. They're my 2 favourite colours. It's been a little bit chilly here the last few mornings, but I think not as chilly as some places. I couldn't live where there's snow. I've been to Tasmania a couple of times. It's nice for a holiday. Love all the heritage stuff down there, but I couldn't live there. It's too cold for me. These will go in. Yes, they go in there. And the last one here, and then some decoration. And the belly band. It looks nice with the tiny flowers in there, better than the big flowers. So then we have my decoration. I've done quite a bit of this. This is the daisy, and I'll show you from the dies how I assemble these. With this bigger one, that is the centre in the pink, the bubble bath. That's the centre cut out of it. Then the outline of these is the Moody Mauve at the back. That goes at the back. And then the white is the detailed piece on top. So that's the layering of those. If you cut this one first, I did cut the leaves off, and of this one I've only got the 2 flowers. I'm doing 2 flowers on one side and 3 on the other, but that's how they go together with those dies. So I've got 2 over this side, and I'm going to lay them flat because there's plenty of bulk inside at the moment, so I don't really want more bulk in there. On the belly band, I'm going to layer it up. I've done the same arrangement, and I can put them up on dimensionals, but in here they will go flat. I'm just going to layer them like so. And then I have a triple one, which is the full set. I'm going to put that. I like odd numbers, so that's why I cut one off on the other side. This took a little bit of cutting, die cutting and assembly doing these, but you can do all this before you start. I like prepping everything before I even look like putting my card together. Everything is cut and ready to go. Yeah, I think this one will go this way. So that's that. I have got some embellishments to put in here as well, which it won't make up too much bulk. That's for my belly band. I'm going to put some leaves. I should have tucked them under before I start. We'll see if we can lift these up a little bit. I'll just put a little bit of glue on there. Doesn't need much. Should have put them on first. Try and keep it inside the perimeter of the base that you're putting it on, so it doesn't bulk up. Over this side I'll put, just wanted a little bit of greenery, not much. Put this one over this side. That's the right way. This little feathery piece, the leaves, it's out of the same set. Just cut a bunch of them. But try and remember to put them on before. Face it downwards so it's not going to get caught on anything there anyway. It'll end up like that, so long as it doesn't stick out that edge there. Stick that down. I think that'll be, I might cut a little piece of that. I'll cut that side piece off. It's nice and fine, this one. Cut that off. We'll pop that under the top. Just put a tiny bit on those and tuck it under. Makes it look like a real flower if it's got a bit of leaf on it. And that little piece that I just had, we can pop in under the other side. Just trim that down a bit. Pop a bit up here if I can get it back up. Poke it right down in there. That will be enough, just to give it a little bit more colour as well. And that goes like so. Then we've just got our belly band. And I've got heaps of bits for that as well. So I've already done those pieces. If you fold this shut, my greeting is going on my belly band as well. Oh, actually, I think I was going to put the greeting in here, but it might be a bit thick. I'll put it on the belly band, across the middle of that. So just fold this close, and I'm going to do the join at the front like I always do. Just lay it central like that and fold it just gently, don't pull it too tight. Just fold it loosely like so. That's firm enough to hold it once you get it glued, we'll put some tear and tape on that. When we find the end of it. So it's going to overlap. Just going to put a piece on that end. Anything that's got a lot of use, you need to put tear and tape on so that it stays closed properly. Now I'm going to wrap this loosely again. I'll take the 2 bits of backing off those. And just wrap it loosely, but making it nice and even along your edges. The join at the front will get covered by your decoration and your little mat pieces that go across the front. And as you can see, that's nice and free, loose up and down. So this piece was going to go on here. I might put tear and tape on that as well, because it's on a bit of a curve. I don't want it popping open. Hi to any new ladies who have subscribed to my channel recently. I hope you enjoy what I'm offering each week. You know, I love doing them. So we'll just centre that on there. And as you can see, it's covered that join pretty much. And then I've got this. Oh, that's right. I was going to put that up there. Now I remember. I did lay it out before. Now I'm going to put this up on dimensionals, but I'm going to put the dimensionals on this because it'll go this way actually, because that flower sits that way. I only want it underneath the flowers, not up above out there. Here we go. So I'm just going to put a few along here. Enough to hold it. Then we'll sit that across. I should have looked where they were. I'll just move that one, it's going to show. We can put it down up here. That's better. I'll just put that like so. And then this can go up on dimensionals as well. This little banner is out of the same stamp set, the Cheerful Daisies set. There's a little banner in there that holds the greetings, and this greeting is out of it as well. So I'm going to put this up the top here. It does go from the mat, the bubble bath mat, to each side. Actually, I'll move it down a fraction so you can see a bit of the DSP. Like so. And all we have left, we'll put some of these up under here. I will do those later. Actually, I can do some, I don't know where to put them. I won't stick them in, I'll work out where they're going to go later. I'll just hold them there. I'll cut them up to bits. I was intending to put them under, but I'll do it separate, so long as they're glued in. And I want to keep them off the edge of the card base, so they'll sit in there like that. Then we have some embellishments, and I've chosen the in colour dots because the Moody Mauve has got some nice ones, which I've used quite a few already. I'll get a new pack because I've used a lot of them out of that pack. These are 23, 25 in colour dots, really pretty, nice and sparkly. And we'll use some of those pick tool. I'll put one in the centre. There is a little centre stamp that goes in these, but I chose not to. I'm just going to put one in each of these different sizes. That will be enough. Actually, I might put a couple on the greeting. I love my embellishments. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I didn't hold you up too long on your busy day, but it does take a little bit longer. I'll do a couple more simple ones coming up. And that's our other card. I'll just open this one up for you. We'll fix those up later. And that's the card. I hope you like that. Very pretty in the pink and the thing. I might put some embellishments in there later on too as well. But that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you all again next week. Bye for now.